All right, so we're good on finding the percent of a number, but I mean, when are you gonna actually use that? I mean, I use percent of a number a little bit, but mostly for teaching things, okay? Or that's how people get data. And if you see a percentage on like the news or something, that's where it comes from. But something you can do with the percent of a number is to apply it to real life situations like tax or tip, sales, coupons, all sorts of stuff, okay? So with our I can statement, we're going to say that I can calculate. Do I want to say calculate? Yeah, let's say calculate. The cost after an increase or decrease. Okay, so if the price is going up by a certain percentage, we can find that. If the price is going down by a certain percentage, we can find that as well. I'm going to zoom in just a bit here. And I'm going to grab a calculator. Okay, and so to explain what is happening when we're finding 40% off, you can do it with a percentage or with a decimal. So it says if a shirt is 40% off, what percent is left to pay? Okay, well, the full price would be 100%. And then it's 40% off, I take away. Take away that sale price, and I'm left with 60%. Okay? Or you can write your percentages as numbers. So the full amount minus the sale amount gives you what's left over. Okay? So 100 as a decimal. Remember to change a percent to a decimal, we divide by 100. 100 divided by 100 is 1. Minus, okay, 40% as a decimal, we divide by 100. 40 divided by 100 is 0.4. Okay. So all I did here was did it as percents. Here, I'm just making those percents into decimals. And I'm left with 0.6, 60% as the decimal left. Okay? So we're going to work with this idea, remembering that these are just percentages, but in decimal form. Okay? So times that you would see a percent increase, that means it's going up, would be things like tax, tip, like if you leave a tip at a restaurant, a markup, an upcharge, something like that. Okay. Times you would see a percent decrease, so the price is going down, would be like a sale or a discount, a coupon. Okay. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your percent and change it to a decimal by dividing by 100. Okay. Then if it's an increase, that price is going up. So we're going to add whatever that decimal is to 1. If it is a decrease, that price is going down. So we are going to subtract that decimal from 1. Okay. So step 1, change your percent to a decimal by dividing by 100. Step 2, if it's an increase, add. Decrease is subtract. Okay, then whenever that number is, we're going to multiply it by the price. And then money is always rounded to 2 decimal places if you need to round. Okay. All All right, so it says a store buys a shirt for $6 and then marks it up by 140% to sell it to you. How much will they sell the shirt for? Okay, so first I see my percent is 140%. So I'm going to change my percent to a decimal. 140 divided by 100 is 1.4. Okay. Step 2. This is a markup. The cost is going up. So I'm going to take that number and add it to 1. And you get 2.4. Okay. All right, so then step 3, I'm going to take that number, 2.4, and multiply it by the price. Okay, it was $6. So 1.4 times 6 is 8.4. And I don't need to round, but I'm going to add a 0 so it looks like money. So they sell it to you for $8.40. Okay. Okay. Next one. Your bill at a restaurant is $37.58. What will the final amount you spend? What will be the final amount you spend if you leave an 18% tip? Okay, so the first thing I have to do is change my percent to a decimal. I see it's 18%. So I'm going to divide by 100. Is 0.18. Okay. Then, tip is one that you add, right? You're leaving more money for your waiter or your waitress, showing them you appreciated their service. It's more money. It's going up. So I'm going to add that to 1. So 1 plus 0.18 is 1.18. Okay. So then step 3, I'm going to take that number. I'm going to multiply it by the price, which was $37.58. Okay, and I get 44.344444. I need to round it to 2 decimal places because we're dealing with money. So 1 decimal place, here's my second one. Look next door. The number the arrow is pointing to is 4 or less. So the one I underlined gets to rest and stay the same. Then anything after what I've underlined can turn into a 0 and go away. We're talking about money, so I'm going to put a dollar sign. All right, next one. Bed Bath & Beyond is having a going out of business sale. Everything in the store is marked down 85%. I'm going to go ahead and circle 85%. You want to buy a toaster that originally cost $28.98. How much will the toaster be or cost after the markdown? Okay, so everything is being marked down. So that's going to be a discount. Okay, the price is going down, that's a decrease. So I'm going to take my percent, 85, divide it by 100 to change it to a decimal. Get 0.85. Okay. Since that's a decrease, I'm going to subtract that number from 1. And I'm left with 15% or 0.15. Okay. Then I take that decimal and multiply it by my price, $28.98, You get 4.347. Then I have to round to 2 decimal places. 1, 2. Find my place, look next door. The number the arrow is pointing to is 5 or bigger, so we add 1 more. So this 4 is going to round up to a 5. Then anything after it can turn into a 0 and go away. So after the sale, it's only going to cost you $4.35. That's pretty good, going from like almost a $30 toaster to a $4 toaster. Okay. All right. You want to buy a candle that costs $26.50. You have a coupon for 20% off. How much will the candle cost after you use the coupon? So I see my percent is 20%, and then I see my cost is $26.50. Okay, and we're talking about a coupon or a sale that makes your price go down. So I'm going to take my 20% and change it to a decimal by dividing by 100, which is 0.2. Okay. Right, since the price is going down, that is a decrease, so I'm going to subtract from 1. Right, I have 100% of the cost. I'm taking away 20% of that cost, which leaves me with 80% or 0.8 as a decimal. That is what I have left to pay for. So then I just have to find that 80% of the cost. So I'm going to take my percent as a decimal, 0.8, multiply my cost, $26.50. I'm going to get 21.2. To make it look like money, I need to add another number, so 0 as a placeholder and a $sign. All right, and I'm going to let you do the summary on your own. So that's pretty much it. You find the percent as a decimal. If it's an increase, add to 1, decrease, subtract, multiply by the cost, and round to 2 decimal places. Have fun. Remember that your practice is on a different page.